Hey guys, Ryan here, coming at you from Tokyo, Japan, part of the Success Club and Network. And just wanted to focus on a few topics today. I got inspired to write this blog piece about 8 questions to help you on the road to success. 8 questions to help you on the road to success. So these are some questions that I like to ask myself from time to make sure I'm always on the right. I'm moving forward in life, in business, in various areas, being self-aware of what needs attention and focus, and kind of answering these questions to yourself can maybe shed some light on what areas you need to focus on, which way you're going, and to just basically help you. So here's some 8 key questions that I've found that have worked, that have successful people have worked, that I've had work. So take a listen and see if this applies to you. So the first question is, what is the info? Another way to say it is, what is the information? What is the source of the information? What is the flow of information? What is the info? Now, this means, like, especially in business, are you having the most, what is the specific data and facts? Where is it coming from? And a good way to kind of figure this out is to use the 6 honest serving men. What, when, and where, who, how, and why. Asking those questions, what is the info? You always want to have the most up-to-date facts, statistics, and data at your mental fingertips. Okay? Very, very key. For example, in any type of, like, say, business, say stocks and bonds, those people need to have the most up-to-date information when they're doing, selling or buying stocks. Same thing with an organization. Say if you're in a kitchen, right? The kitchen needs to know if an order is good or bad. They need to know right away the information and what the source is. Okay? So think in terms of information. You have the most up-to-date facts, the most up-to-date information as possible. And this is really key in getting in front of your audience and how to get in front of your competition. So think about info. Second question is, what can I learn? In any situation, you can learn something new. In any negative situation, you can learn something new. From any experience in life, from every day, you can learn something new. A big problem that I always see is that some people, after school, quit learning. They just kind of fizzle out. They kind of think, okay, college is over, got my degree, I'm done. Which should not be the case. You should be learning all the time. That's when it's most essential to learn, because you form that habit of learning. You should always be asking, always be a good student. Be in a student receptive mode. So ask the question, what can I learn? What can I learn from this situation? What can I learn from this business? What can I learn from what can I learn from this person? Very, very key. Third question, what is my attitude? Successful people always talk about attitude, enthusiasm, character. It's really the personality of the person, that foundational attitude. You gotta have the right attitude today. Are you starting the day with a positive attitude and ending with a positive attitude? Very, very key. What is my attitude when looking at the day? What is my attitude looking at a problem? You should always be going into every situation. A negative attitude, it's never going to help you. It can only diminish you. But with a positive attitude, you can face oncoming problems and objections and obstacles coming at you. It helps the situation. You can do everything better with a positive attitude. Fourth question, what is working and how can I make it better? You have to look in your business and life, what is working for you? Trial and error. What is working in my business? What is working right now, yielding me the best results? And I always, I'm a big fan of the 80-20 principle, where looking at what 20% of my efforts is yielding 80% of my results. So taking a quick look at that. What is working right now in my business and life? You can look at your health, you can look at your relationships, you can look at your money income, and generating the best ones. And then taking a second look, I know it's kind of a two-parter question, but how can I make it better? How can I tighten the bolts? how can I make sure everything moves even more smoothly without friction? So asking that question, what is working and how can I make it better? All right. 5th question. How is my response? Now, this is kind of a question about, when faced with emergencies or events that, don't really maybe go according to plan, a lot of people will react. We react to a situation kind of just by emotional triggers, right? If we see, one example I can think of off the top of my head is, you have a kid and your kid falls off his tricycle, and of course the mother, like, oh God, and rushes to the kid, and that's a reaction. That's fine and that's logical, but think about more of the problems that you face every day. Are you reacting or responding? Successful people respond. They respond to the situation. They have a plan. They have the same temperament. When somebody, like, say if you're in traffic, usually like somebody cuts us off in traffic, our response, a lot of people react by being angry, by being, what's this guy's problem? Your response, think of the response. Be understandable. Be level-headed. Okay? Try to respond the best way. And the same thing with life. If, life gives you lemons, make lemonade, you want to respond by looking at each problem as an opportunity, as a challenge for growth, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. So ask the question, how do I respond? All right, number 7. How is my foundation? Successful people all have the same character traits. They all have the same personality traits. There's certain foundational success secrets within each person, whether it be an athlete, a businessman, actor, politician, whatever. But each one has a certain level of foundation. Each one. You can find these characteristics everywhere, hidden, right? Success leaves clues. So you want to check, how is your foundation? And a good way is just doing a self-assessment. Look at, what am I good at? What am I weak at? What do I need to improve at? You should focus, know your strengths and weaknesses, and focus on your weaknesses. Try to make them stronger. Try to make them stronger. It's kind of funny, a year ago, technology was a major weak point. I didn't know how to start an Excel sheet. And then in 1 year later, it's actually one of my strongest points. And I'm excited because it's yielding all types of paths in life and new opportunities around the corner. Talk about that in another audio. But you got to look at your foundation. Look at the links in your chain. You're only as strong as your weakest link. So you got to make sure that every link is super strong. You want to build width and depth in that link, in your foundation, your character, your personality. Number 7 is what I'm doing currently adding value to myself and to others. I ask this question all the time, no matter what the situation with any type of project I'm doing. I always ask myself, is this project going to add value to others? Is it going to benefit my friends, my colleagues, people I don't know, my relationship, my clients, my customers? And is it going to add value to myself? I always feel like you need to have a balance between the two. It can be slightly unbalanced sometimes, but try to aim for that, where you're giving to a lot of people. And it could be charity. Charity, you're adding value to a lot of great people, and you're adding value to yourself because you're making yourself feel good, and you're maybe getting closer to people in a different way. But always ask yourself, am I doing something to be selfish? Am I doing something, or the other end of the spectrum, where am I doing all this slaving away at something and hating it? A lot of people get stuck in jobs that way. I'm adding value to a lot of people and nothing's coming out of it. Might be time for a change. So ask yourself the question, is this adding value to myself and to others? And number 8, the final question and the most important question. And the most important question is, am I having fun? Are you having fun? No matter what you're doing, in life, in love, in health, in projects, in business, you gotta make sure at the end of the day, you're having fun. Because fun, that's life. Life's about enjoying. We're not here to suffer. I kind of look at, this is pretty kind of more personal, but every time I go into a job or a project, I ask those kind of questions like, hey, am I going to be learning something? You know, if I'm not growing, if I'm not learning anything new, and I'm not having fun, might be time for a change. You have to be having fun. You have to be feeling good. So, most crucial point, have fun. Ask yourself, am I having fun? And maybe it's one of those situations where, you know, you can't find it. It's tough. You might be stuck in a position where it's tough to have fun. So find ways. You know, if you're doing homework, you know, nobody likes homework. If you're a student, nobody likes homework. Some people do, but usually not many. Listen to music. Hey, there's an easy way to have it more fun. Look for those simple ways to have fun during whatever project you're doing. So let's backtrack and ask all 8 questions together. Okay? What is the info? What is the source of the information? You know, where's the flow coming from? What can I learn? What can I learn something about? What is my attitude? How am I, you know, how's my attitude in situations? How can I control it better? Be in control of my emotions. What is working and how can I make it better? How is my response? Response to situations. How is my foundation? How is my character? Is what I'm doing adding value to myself and others? You know, very key questions. And finally, am I having fun? Am I having fun? At the end of the day, you gotta be having fun. Enjoying life. Okay? Even if it's just the little things. But enjoy life, stay positive, feel good. You can look at any situation and find something to feel good about. Alright. Alright, guys, I hope that's been very helpful for a lot of people. If you'd like, I think please check us out on our blog or our website. And feel free to send me a message. You know, I'll put my link up on you know, the whatever profile, SoundCloud, my blog, a few other channels that I try to promote on. Feel free to always reach out if you ever need anything. And if you have any questions or would like to write to the show or, you know, just want to reach out. And I appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for listening. All right. Have a nice evening, guys. Cheers.